For this session's learning, we will cover how to develop a mastery scale, as well as how to articulate different levels of proficiency. Before we begin the workshop, you will need the accompanying worksheet for each participant or small group, a timekeeper for prompted pausing and unpausing, and a note taker for recording material. This lesson will have prompted pausing, which will be signaled by this sound and this icon. Here's our agenda for this workshop. Participants will learn what a mastery rating is, analyze sample mastery scales, and develop appropriate language for proficiency levels. Now, let's ease back into the mastery-based mindset by comparing traditional grading with mastery ratings. Traditional grades have calculations based on points earned, and they either use a percentage or a letter determined by a percentage. Mastery ratings can be thought of as a degree of understanding. They are a spectrum of different levels of knowing. In the same way, one could change the labels of their filing cabinets. Students can grow and change in their mastery by continuing through their learning journey. This can lead to a change in their level of mastery as they progress rather than feeling stuck in an identity of a B or C student. Any series of distinct symbols can count as mastery ratings. For instance, in elementary schools, that could be as simple as some emoji-like icons. But in higher grade levels, the indicators could be number ratings, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, rather than traditional letter or number grading out of 100. Levels indicating progress from beginning to proficient could also be implemented as mastery ratings. Moving on to the main section of this lesson, we will be looking at some sample mastery rating scales from different districts. Specifically, let's identify what we are excited about this given system, what more we would like to know, concepts we might be worried about, and what our stance is on it. Think of this activity as a compass, north, east, south, west, where each direction provides us with an opportunity to analyze the sample scale differently. This activity will be done as a jigsaw. Here's how this will work. There are 4 sample scales we will be looking at: single point, 4-point, 5-point, and 8-point scales. First, decide among your team which individual or small group will take which sample scale. Next, each person or group will take 5 to 10 minutes to read and take notes on their chosen scale using the compass method. Finally, we will come together and each person or group will be an expert on whichever scale they chose to analyze. They will present their findings to the group. Pause and take a few minutes to decide on your individual or small group chosen sample scale. Once everyone has made their decision, pause to read and take notes on the scale using the compass method. Monitor participants and move on when they are ready. Now it's time to share your findings. Pause and present your expertise and analysis on the chosen scale with the rest of the group. Discuss any differences in opinion, if there happens to be any. To extend the depth of this activity, let's examine the specific language used to describe and interpret each mastery level. The goal of this exercise is to develop your own mastery scale language. Take a moment to pause and read through the following articles linked in the description to get a better understanding of the different kinds of language teachers use to assess their students' learning. Now, use examples from these articles along with language from sample scales we analyzed earlier to create your team's own language that best describes each mastery level on the scale. It is important to consider the kind of language being applied to describe these scales, because certain words or phrases can influence the impact and interpretation of the mastery level. Pause and collaborate with your team to complete the exercise. While formulating your language, think about the following questions listed below. Let's tie this exercise back with our grading philosophy statement. Check whether the language in your drafted mastery scale aligns with the language in your GPS. Pause and revise your team scale if need be. Listed on this page is an example of a mastery scale with different stages of proficiency, from insufficient evidence to extending understanding. By using effective wording, the language can be straightforward and still get the standard across. It allows teachers and students to identify the purpose of each level and how they are all connected. Here are some helpful tips to keep in mind when grading student work with the Mastery Rating Scale. Rate one scale, not the whole assignment. Make sure to focus on the evidence in front of you only. Do not use previous work to influence your rating on the current assignment. And never let behavior influence your mastery rating for a content learning target. Rather, behavior can be evaluated by a separate behavior rating target. To close out our session, here's a summary of what we covered today. We compared traditional grading to mastery ratings, analyzed different sample mastery scales using the compass method, and formulated effective language to describe mastery levels. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to follow the link in the description to record your reflections in order to let us know what you thought of this module and how the mastery scale will elevate assessment strategies for your classroom. We will design the next video with your feedback as our compass.